Hey there guys, and welcome to a special Halloween video of Borderlands 2. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to kill the Pumpkin King, aka Jacques O'Lantern, in the Hollowed Hollow area of the new Baha Bloody Harvest DLC. The first thing you want to do is head over to the Pumpkin Patch area in the northwest portion of this map. Now if you're doing this guy for the first time, you'll actually have to kill him for the first mission you grab from Baha, so you're likely to come across this guy just as you're completing the area. If you've already fought and killed the Pumpkin King, all you have to do is save and quit, and then continue your game, and return to this Pumpkin Patch area and turn the valve, and then you'll fight Jacques O'Lantern. As far as I know, Jacques O'Lantern and the Pumpkin King are pretty much the same enemy. They look and act exactly the same, and I think it's mainly just their name that's different. Jacques O'Lantern might have a slight health or damage increase, but it's kind of hard to tell. One of the core mechanics in this fight revolves around the strategic use of the candies that drop in this area. If you spend some time in this DLC, you've probably seen the candies that drop from the pumpkins and various enemies, and you know that they give you a buff when you eat them. The buffs that they give you are pretty much the same buffs that the pixies can give you in the Tiny Tina Assault on Dragon Keep DLC. The green candy provides you with some health regeneration, the blue candy regenerates your ammo and provides you a small melee knockback, the red candy gives you a damage increase, and the yellow candy gives you a significant speed boost. For this fight, the most desirable candies are going to be the red and yellow candy. The red candy is good because it gives you a damage increase that helps you burn down the boss quicker, and the yellow candy because the speed boost that it gives you makes it nearly impossible for you to get hit by any of his attacks. The blue candy can still be good if you're running low on ammo, and it should be noted that it actually regenerates rocket ammo as well, which definitely helped me out more than a few times. As for the green candy, I didn't really find myself using it very much. Whenever I needed health regeneration, I mostly just ended up using the Grog Nozzle plus the magic missiles or kunai. One of the more interesting things about this boss fight is that it's actually a two-stage boss fight, which you're going to see in a second. When you kill Jacques O'Lantern or the Pumpkin King, his head is going to detach from its body and fly around and try to kill you. Now I find killing this floating pumpkin head significantly more difficult than the first stage of this boss fight, even though his floating pumpkin head has only a fraction of the HP than the boss from the first stage. So you definitely have to keep your focus here, or it's very possible you could wipe like I almost did several times at the end of this video. However, if you keep at it and you're able to line up a direct shot with him, you're going to notice that he doesn't have much more health than a standard enemy and can actually go down in one clip of your weapon, like you'll see here. Once you've finally finished him off, all you have to do is kill the remaining enemies and you can collect your loot. One thing you should notice is that while the head itself will drop a little bit of loot, the 4 large pumpkins in this area that were previously undestroyable will explode and drop some loot as well. And one of these should have 1 or more Halloween skins for you to collect for your characters. So now I'm going to go over the boss's attacks and some of the strategies that you might find useful when fighting this guy. The boss's first stage is going to have 2 phases of trying to attack you. His first phase is going to be to attempt to damage you by some direct means, and his second phase is going to be when he summons a bunch of minions. So like I said, his first phase is going to be when he attempts to damage you directly, and he has a number of attacks that he can attempt to do this with. He might try to fire a laser out of his eyes at you, he can breathe fire at you, he can charge at you, he can just run up and punch you, he can slam the ground that does a huge AoE, and he can also throw these giant pumpkin mines that not only damage you when you go close to them, but also apply a slowing debuff that is so powerful that you basically come to a complete stop, which then can set up follow-up damage, so it should go without saying that you should avoid these mines at all costs. His second phase of attack is when things really start to get tricky and he's going to summon all these pumpling minions. These minions will either attempt to run at you and damage you, or you'll see a bunch of exclamation points appear above their head and they'll attempt to run at the boss. If they make it to the boss, they will jump up on the branches above his shoulders, and as long as they are up there, they will regenerate the boss's HP. Since I had a North Fleet rocket launcher, I found the best way of dealing with these adds when they spawned was just to use the North Fleet. However, now that I'm watching the video and thinking about it, I think a singularity grenade would work just as well for corralling them and keeping them away from the boss and then taking them down. Otherwise, maybe an MIRV grenade would work well, or any other type of significant AoE. If you don't have any AoE, I'm pretty sure you could still burn him down through regeneration if you have a lot of damage. Just make sure you grab the red candy, and be aware that you're going to be in for a little bit longer of a boss fight. So as you've seen, my main strategy in this fight is basically to just find a red candy as soon as possible and just start unloading on his giant pumpkin head with a unkempt herald. If you're playing somebody like Salvador and you have 2 unkempt heralds and the red candy plus the bee shield, you could probably take him down in a matter of seconds, although I haven't tested this. No matter what class you're playing though, it shouldn't be that difficult of a boss fight. I mean, he's not an invincible enemy or anything like that, and I think this fight is mostly meant to be fun rather than challenging. The second stage can be a pain in the butt if you don't take him out pretty quickly. All he's going to do is fly around and shoot a fire projectile at you, However, the fire projectile is going to light you on fire and apply a burning debuff, and this burning debuff is really powerful. It can actually almost take you down from full HP and full shield if you don't have some type of life regeneration. Obviously, the best thing you can have here is a burn immunity shield if you have one. However, I didn't happen to have one, which is why you see me go down to the fire debuff more than anything else in these 2 runs. Well guys, that's pretty much it for this boss fight. I'm going to be putting out another video highlighting this Halloween area in a few days, and it's going to be showing off all the cool secrets in this area in order to spawn a special secret boss. When that video is out, I'll have a link at the top of this video that you guys can click on, and I definitely recommend checking that one out. If you guys like this video, let me know what you think in the comments, or subscribe if you aren't already for more Borderlands 2 videos. Thanks for watching, and have a happy Halloween.